Hi Pisces, happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2022 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely address that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, let's get started. Past energy on your side, we have Magic. So this is the equivalent of the Magician in traditional tarot. And what I feel like this is saying is you might have felt like this was a connection that you felt like you manifested it in some way, right? I feel like you might have taken some time to really ask yourself what you were looking for in a relationship partner. And I feel like it's just saying that through that process of really thinking about what fits for you in the past, you might have actually felt like this person fit all of those things that you wanted to see in a partner. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Ten of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, and when I see what this is, to me it says more than anything that they probably felt a lot of passion within the connection, but at the same time I feel like they might have felt like the commitment side of things might have been a bit more difficult for them. So that could have been where there might have been a bit of a disconnect between the two of you in the past. Alright, present energy on your side, we have Power. So this is the equivalent of the Emperor in traditional tarot. And so what this says to me primarily is that you really are seeing this as a connection where there's the stability, or the potential for stability, I should say. So I feel like this is one of those things where you might be a little bit ahead of them as far as you seem like you're pretty much ready to lock it in as a formal commitment, whereas I'm not sure that they're there quite yet. For some of you, this could even just be someone that you might have met through the workplace as well. Alright, present energy on their side, we have the Ace of Swords, the King of Chalices, Scorpio energy, and the Nine of Wands. So we see Sagittarius energy again. So for some of you, this person could definitely have some Sagittarius and Scorpio placements in their chart. But more than anything with this, I feel like this is saying, like I was talking about here, on your side, it looks like you have this vision for the connection and you feel like you're pretty locked in on that. So I feel like if you might try to get to this, talk to this person about commitment, I feel like it's saying that they could come across a bit closed off when it comes to expressing their feelings, and they just might feel a bit guarded overall. So I feel like it's just one of those things where, as we've seen, the passion definitely seems to be a thing that they have, but as far as actually getting them to take that next step to actually commit to the connection seems to be the difficulty. Alright. Future energy on your side, we have the Four of Cups. So this is a Cancer energy here, and for you guys, that's your 5th house of romance, creativity, children. So to see this come on up here, I feel like this is saying that now your outlook on the connection might be starting to dwindle, right? Like you might be like, I don't know if this is quite going to work out the way I hoped, right? So if you had this vision for the connection, might even been someone that you could have met during the retrograde cycle too, so you might have seen all these qualities in them, but then once the retrograde started to clear out, now you might be seeing more details of this person. You're like, maybe they're not the ideal fit that I thought they were initially, right? That's how it could be coming across for some of you. But yeah, more anything, I feel like this is just saying that the amount of energy that they're putting in toward the connection, you seem like you're a bit disappointed with that, right? So it looks like you're losing a little bit of faith within the connection. All right, and the future energy on their side, we have the Empress, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So I could see this playing out a couple different ways. For one, it could just be saying that could just be their disposition when it comes to relationships in general, where they're used to being on the more receptive side and expecting the other person to take the lead a bit more. So this could just be saying that if you're trying to come from that same angle, right, where you're hoping that they would be the ones pursuing it. If you have two people coming from the energy, then nothing's really going to get accomplished. But if that's the case, if that's what this message here is saying with that Knight of Pentacles, it could just be saying that they will eventually come forward and try to make some effort toward the connection and offer something more stable. But it could just be saying that it might take a while. Now, for some of you, it could just be as early as when we have the Virgo full moon, which is coming up just past the midpoint of March. But I have to say, given that we see the Empress energy here, for some of you, it might even take until we get to Taurus season before they finally do come forward and try to offer you something more stable. So that could be April, possibly into May, you know. So that's what I see with that. All right. And bottom of the deck on your side, we have Wisdom. So this is the equivalent of the High Priestess in traditional tarot. So yeah, it could just be saying that, you know, you might not be communicating too much either. You could just be more trying to rely on your intuition to see, okay, where is this person coming from? What's going to happen with this connection, right? So there definitely could be a bit of a struggle with communication. We see that sword over there, which could represent communication, and then he's in the background, but she's not even really facing him, right? So to me, that could be indicators of a lack of communication between the two of you. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, Taurus energy here. So again, like I said, for some of you, it's possible that as early as the Virgo full moon, they might start to offer something more stable. But I'm really feeling more like it might take until we get to Taurus season. So it could just be one of those things where you have to be patient with this person, you know, where it looks like you might have had this vision for the connection that's just moving a bit faster than the pace that they're moving at. Like I said, it looks like commitment could just be one of those things that they're just not too accustomed to. So it looks like they do have that openness and that attraction toward you to put in that effort, but it just might take some time for them to actually get there. So we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. We'll see what we get from Aqua Moonlight deck first. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm going to be looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you. Initially, I'm going to look for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll actually just put the deck down and pull a card that way. So we'll see what we get. Oh, almost had one there. Nope, and this one does want to go back in the deck. And next we'll see if we get one from them to you. All right, and that one doesn't want to go back in the deck for them. So let's see what we got on your side first. All right, we have no. So yeah, I forgot to mention that they have some yes and no cards in there. So good thing that's on your side, but yeah, you would have to know what the context would be for that. Let's see what we get on their side. Okay, we have sorry. It says, please accept my apology so we can move past this. So yeah, with that Four of Cups energy, that could definitely be what some of you guys are thinking. You know, maybe you are looking for an apology from this person. Like I said, I don't necessarily see any bad intentions on their part. It just looks like they're really slow to move toward a commitment. So for some of you, that could be what it is, right? Where maybe they come to that realization and see that you are frustrated with the pace that things are moving at. And then when they finally do come around to, you know, offering you something more stable, that could be how they come in, you know, like, hey, sorry, it took me forever to get to that point, but I'm ready now, right? Because if we even look at the artwork there, just the way he's approaching, it's like he came up from behind her to where, you know, she probably didn't even expect that offer to come across, right? So it could just be one of those things where they might take a really long time to get to a point where they're ready to commit, to the point where it might drive you mad a little bit, but then we do see that, like I said, it looks like they'll try to put an honest effort in there. All right, but we'll see what the Wisdom of the Oracle adds to the mix. Same situation. I did pre-shuffle this deck as well, except here I'm just going to be looking for one card with general advice, and we'll wrap up. All right, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck, so we'll see what you guys got. All right, that's regeneration. There's the artwork, and the number's 46. So yeah, nothing else that shows to me that even if there is some kind of disconnect that happens at some point where you start to lose faith in the connection, that does seem to align with what we see in the future there, that they will eventually come forward with something. It just might require some patience, but we'll see what it says in the book. Okay, it says rebirthed, second chances, new opportunities. The Oracle's message. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead, are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. So yeah, pretty positive message there. Like I said, you probably don't feel like you're there at this point, but given what we see in the future, it could even just be as simple as once all the planets start to move into your sign, that could be what helps energize things too. But the relationship message says the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So yeah, like I said, it does look like this person will put an effort. I still feel like for a small percentage of you, it might even take until Taurus season when they finally do put in that solid effort. But at the very least, with that card, that Knight of Pentacles card, you should see some kind of effort from them by the time of the Virgo full moon. So you'll probably have some kind of indicator this month, either way, if they're actually going to put the effort in or not. So hope it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Once again, happy birthday, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.